Hello everyone, CamBearRun here, and welcome to another MTGArena video. Now this video is somewhat of a departure for me, because I don't usually do control, and I don't usually do things that have been covered by others. But I saw a lot of the Esper Dance of the Mance videos. Like I saw CGB do it, and I've seen one or two others do it, and the deck seemed to be interesting to me. But I decided to do my own take on it, drop down a colour, and run it as an Azorious style deck with a couple more different options switched around. The other reason it's somewhat of a departure is because I don't play a lot of control. I think the most control I play is my mono blue mill, which includes counters and a lot of ways to disrupt my opponent. So, effectively, the idea behind it is obviously I have Dance of the Mance, and I have Archon of Sun's Grace as well. So hopefully I can have an Archon of Sun's Grace when I bring back all of the enchantments, which will create a ton of Flying Pegasus, which I can use to attack my opponent from above. But obviously we have Charming Prince, so I can scry 2, gain 3 life, or exile another target creature I own. So I can say exile another Prince, or an Archon to save it for a turn. Or I can use Blink of Sky Yorion. I have 4 Glass Casket to take away my opponent's early game creatures. In order to protect myself, I have Negate and Essence Scatter to be able to counter both creatures and non-creatures. So that my opponent tries to get down anything late game, I can hopefully counter it. Omen of the Sea to scry and draw a card. Dance of the Mance to do Dance of the Mance things. Omen of the Sun to create a token and gain life, and obviously to scry as well through sacrifice, same as Omen of the Sea. Archon of Sun's Grace, 3 copies, so that I can have a creature on the board, and because when the enchantments enter the battlefield, I can create 2/2 Pegasus tokens with lifelink. Well, lifelink so long as Archon stays on the board, which will hopefully be the case. 3 copies of Elspeth Conquers Death, so I can exile permanent. You see this in a lot of control decks, you know what it does. Hopefully, if I do end up with, say, a Yorion or a Prince or an Archon in the battlefield, I can bring it back using Elspeth Conquers Death. I've got 2 copies of Yorion Sky Nomad, so when it enters the battlefield, I can exile any number of other non-land permanents I control, return them to the battlefield at the beginning of the next end step, start the cycle again. And just for a sort of like a hammer below, I have 2 copies of Kiora Best the Sea God. So I can create a Kraken with Hexproof, tap all non-land permanents targets my opponent controls, and mean they don't untap during that player's turn, and then I can gain control for his final saga. I can gain control of one of my opponent's permanents. This might be good against mono big green. So say against mono green, I can take their Gargaroth or their Questing Beast, or I can take whatever they want. And then if I can blink it with Yorion before the final one hits, I can create 2 Krakens and then tap them for another turn effectively, or I can Dance the Mance and bring it back and start the process again, and bring it back as a 4/4 if I pay enough mana. This is sort of a bit of a departure for me. I know the deck is quite slow. It's probably its one downside from testing it. Against incredibly fast decks, and get overrun unless I can get something out on the board quickly. But I actually think it is pretty strong. I played a couple of games, won a few, lost a few. If you can hold off your opponent long enough, it's incredibly strong. But it is quite slow, and it is a bit of a departure for me. I'm only going to do in play queue for now because I'm not used to playing control. I'm very much an aggressive / mid-range player. So this is somewhat new for me, but I thought I'd just try something fun, and I'd try something kind of, which would be stronger than normal, but I tried a condensed version. So we'll just have to go into the play queue for a minute. If it does really well, I'll probably take it into ranked, so we'll just get into a few games. Okay, so I'm prepared to keep this first hand, because we got a Dance of the Mance in it immediately, and we got Omen of the Sea to scry in case we don't get what we need. We've also got an Essence Scatter to stop their creatures. So we'll play out the island first, and then hopefully we'll be able to build on from there. Plays a black. Skip, and then we can flash in an Omen of the Sea at the end of the turn, or just use an Essence Scatter, whichever comes first. I'm going to Essence Scatter that. I don't want them to get anything on the board early. Definitely going to need to scry here. Shouldn't really play its main phase, but do that. Right, there we go. Right, interesting. That's perfectly fine. Then what we'll do is we'll play this out. Put that to the bottom. There we go. And then we'll play it our next turn and hopefully take the Nighthawk Scavenger. Gonna have to see what they play from here, because it looks like it's gonna be 2 Dimir Rogues decks. Brilliant. Hello. Take one of those. Fortunately, that doesn't mean we don't have a play for next turn. What the fuck? Okay, Nighthawk Scavenger Tribal. It's one way of doing it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So next time we'll drop Kiora beats the best the Sea God and absolutely hit them over. So do a couple of scries here. Perfect. Awkwardly pass the turn here. Jesus Christ. Oop. Give up that one. Because they've only got one in their party. Ooh, this is going to hurt. I think I might be dead anyway. That's unfortunate. If I pay for 6... Yeah. I think I might be dead. I'm just going to play this out and then scoop. That's unfortunately a quick game, but they got a better curve on Nighthawk Scavenger. Anyway, on to the next game. Okay, so my opponent goes first. Hopefully by the time they get the big creature, I'm Essence Scatter that out and play Omen of the Sun out. I'll still go for the Temple of Enlightenment first. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so we'll play the Temple of Enlightenment. That's fine. That's a good choice. I got 3. Okay. Son of a... Give me that. I will take that. Thank you very much. So, let's see what they play out next. So we're on 3. We've exiled off the Cobra. That's now trapped in our little box. So we're waiting for them to make that move, basically. Nope, they pass turn. Okay, so flashed in the Noble, so we're going to scry off 2. Negate and... So yeah, if we keep... We bomb one of them and keep Omen of the Sea. Going to cultivate here. I can block off one attack with the old Wild One Preserver. I've got an Essence Scatter for anything big they try and play. So we're just going to pass here. So I'm assuming next turn they drop a big creature and I can just Essence Scatter it immediately. Do need some land though. That's concerning. Come on, Blade. Play a big creature. I dare you. Dare you. I mean, I could, if they play something massive, I can just Elspeth Conquers Death it, but... No, they're going to play another Cultivate. So we're going to do this. Then they're going to search for their 2 lands. I mean, I can understand that they just want to thin their... Yeah, I think they just want to thin their deck. That's those 2 cards right there are perfect. I think. I mean, if we bottom off Elspeth Conquer's Death because we've already got 1, I can draw Kiribati Sea God and hopefully draw into some land. I've got Yorion as well. Not going to attack here. So we're kind of just slow rolling it because we've got the bonus. I can Essence Scatter if he tries to play something huge, like so. There we go. There goes your big boy. But what happened? I was supposed to play a big boy and everything was supposed to be fine. Sorry, kid, doesn't work like that. Again, I really need land. Damn it. There we go. Gotta remove a Dance to the Manse. Gonna swing in with the thing, see if he wants to trade. No, he does not. Now, I'm assuming he's gonna flash something to make it stronger. So I'm only gonna block with one, because otherwise I'll lose it. He turned that into a 3-3, I guess. But I can take that out with Elspeth Conquers Death next turn. There we go. The next turn we'll blink it for the next big thing he plays. I can take a 4-hit here. There we go. So we'll get him for some damage. And then next turn play Yorion, blink the Omen of the Sun, and the Elspeth Conquers Deck. Deck? Death. I mean, Elspeth does conquer deck because it takes away all your biggest creatures. So there you go. Oh, bloody hell. Ow. Right. Yep, and he scoops, because he knows he's immediately going to lose his Wellborn Preserver and he's out of strategies. So there we go, we take the win. It's quite fun how many people you do, I mean, hell, I've done it. I played Primary Aggro against Control, and you just sometimes think, nope, I don't want to do this. But that was quite fun. So we'll go on to the next game. Okay, so we've got a pretty good hand here. I can just basically stop whatever they try and play first. Depends how they go. So we'll play out the island first. Okay. So I'm assuming they'll try and drop a creature next turn. We can just Essence of the Sun it. Essence, yeah. Essence of the Sun. Essence Scatter. I've got the two cards mixed up there. Fucking hell. Oh, jeez. Right. So we'll scry 2. Get the planes out. That could have been a bit earlier sooner. So if I gain 3 life, do I get the Grit? Nah. I'm assuming you'll just play a couple of copies of Revitalize. Alright, that's fine. I'll be taking that. If I start falling behind in the land, this is going to be a problem. Another one? Alright. Please no Light of Hope. Damn it! Right. I get run over really quickly here, unfortunately. No. Again, the biggest problem is that I'm not drawing land. So I think I might just kind of get mana screwed out of this game. Oh, shit. Take that. So he wants to trade with the Griffin. Problem is, I say I could use a... Christ. So whatever he plays next, either we can negate or Essence Scatter it. There we go. If he's down to one card, I've got a couple. The only thing in my graveyard is 2 Essence Scatters, and I'm having... Oh, shit. Yeah, I've just not... Unfortunately, I've just not drawn land in this game at all. So, I think I could be a bit shafted here. So if I'd have drawn land or drawn land into a maybe slightly better curve, I think I would have been fine. But like I can tap Clackbridge Troll at the same time. But so you sacrifice the Lost Goats. He's going to gain the life there and draw a card. Then he hit me with a and then it's fucked. Maybe could have drawn. Maybe could have put Shatter the Sky in this deck, but not sure how much of an impact that would have made. He's going for a Petulant Sack here. Yeah, I think unfortunately that's the end of it. That's annoying because I was hoping this game would be a bit longer, but I think I got slightly mana screwed. I just didn't get kind of the draw. I needed a Elspeth Conquers Death into a land, but it just kept giving me negates and Essence Scatter. I was able to stop them completely taking over the board, but just didn't get the right order, man. Anyway, on to the next game. You know, this hand isn't too slow. I can keep this. So, Laser Green first. Ooh, Death Touch. Interesting. Okay. Okay. Mono Green Death Touch. Okay, if he tries to play something slightly bigger, I can hit him with the Essence Scatter. I'm just going to hit him with the Omen of the Sea at the end. I'll take 3 there. We get Omen of the Sun off, that'd be wonderful. So we'll hit them with this. Square 2. That'd be fine. He's take one of his things. My best guess is that this is Golgari Death Touch, and he's building up to getting Hooded Blight Fang. Oof. I'm assuming the thing is I need to try and balance between obviously having the I will take 1 and I will hold it up, and then I will wait for you to play your Hooded Blight Fang, and I will Essence Scatter it. Okay, it's fine. I'm assuming he's got a ton of ram throughs in case he needs it. I need to be tapped out when I play Archon of Sun's Grace. Oof, walked right into that one, didn't we? Whoopsie. Please don't have a ram through. I need this thing to live. Son of a bitch. Well, I've got to. Oh, that's frustrating. Oh, look at that. I got another one. So I'll take the hit and then start building up life. This is already placed. No, he doesn't place all the ram through. Right. So we'll take that. Take that. I'll keep one land, so I'll keep the blue and then move the other one to the bottom. There we go. Son of a bitch, there goes Yorion. Block here, block here. There we go. And now we take over game. Okay, don't have another questing beast, please. Yeah. I think he's had enough. That just seems cruel, but yeah, I think next time I just play Yorion anyway, blink everything, generate a ton of Pegasus, and just completely win game. He can see where this is going. That's fair enough if he wants to get out there. So we're just going to move on to the next game. I'm not going to be able to keep the hand. It's too slow. That's better, and I'll just move Kiora Beast, Best Seagull to the bottom. So we'll go play the planes first, and then we'll hopefully get into Charming Prince or Glass Casket, whatever is necessary, and get a land off the top. Okay. Scry 2. That's fine. 2 land is good. I'll be taking that. Yeah. And take the 2. So I just Glass Casket, whatever else he plays as well. Hmm. Take your other thing. Then when you try and play a counter spell, I can, or whatever, his sorcerer, I can negate that. I have a feeling this might be a, yeah, this might be a Rakdos steal your shit deck. Gonna have to get rid of that. Considering whether he's going to take the trade. Yeah, he's not. There we go. Hmm. No, I'm just going to take the 2 damage here because I'm at 22. There we go. You want to take the Blood Aspirant or the Careless Celebrant? Take the Blood Aspirant because it can actually grow. I've got most of your field in a box. How do you feel? There's already... You know, you could have done that the other way around, but whatever. If we play something big, hopefully we get a land off the top and play Elspeth Conquers Death, and then I'll bring back the Charming Prince. So... Interesting, he hasn't played it. Oh, yeah. I suppose he's waiting to fill up his graveyard. I'll take the Dance of the Manse, actually, and then... Yeah. Come here. Don't have anything. Graveyard. You saw that later. Right. Okay. Sacrifice this. That's perfect. So I wonder if he has anything like Village Rites in order to sacrifice it so that it doesn't work. Yeah, sorry, I can just blink it with Yorion. Nope, that's gone. I'll play Yorion next turn to blink it. We're really going to get this last game to be long, aren't we? Beat up my guy. Oh, hello. Get in the box. All right. Yep, and they're done. Because they don't have anything left. Okay, we'll just leave that as the last game. That was quite fun. The second you get the Yorion blink out, some people will just literally scoop. Anyway, that was quite adventurous. We'll leave that as the last game. Okay, so in retrospect, I think this deck does work quite well when it gets going. I think the only thing it misses from taking out the kind of like the black cards, from reducing it from Esper to Azorious, I think it misses the ability to put your enchantments into the graveyard and to remove your opponent's creatures. I think it does miss that. So it relies on a more kind of a build-up draw as opposed to just being able to dumpster cards into the graveyard into your graveyard to bring them back with Dance of the Manse. I think also not having Doom Foretold does hurt it a bit because you can get rid of some of your enchantments like Omen of the Sun and Omen of the Sea without necessarily having to pay mana cost. So I think it does, like I said, I think it does slow the deck down. I think this deck is probably slower than the Esper version. But I think when it gets going, it really does get going, you can see. And it does cause people to scoop when they know they're going to, when you can blink and cost them their strongest creatures. So I think it does have that. The only thing that is disappointing is I didn't get to play out Kiora Best, the Sea God, which would have been quite fun to be able to create an 8/8 Blue Kraken and roll from there. But I think it is got its own merits. I probably wouldn't take it into ranked, but I'm sure some people could rework the deck so it has a couple of better versions. So, for instance, I think the first thing is Glass Casket take out and put in Banishing Light to be able to get rid of some stronger creatures, and because that's an enchantment, not an artifact. So I think that would be probably the first change I would make. But if anybody wants to create a better version of the deck, by all means do it and show me it. I'm sure it'll be great. Or comment what you think will make the deck better. So if you've enjoyed this, feel free to leave a like. If you want to see more, you can always subscribe. Tomorrow I'll be bringing a very interesting kind of like new look. It'll be sort of a series / I thought it would be a fun thing to do. But it does come with a warning on it, depending on how you see it. So thank you for watching. Cambear out.